Hello Year 7 and welcome to today's art lesson. For this lesson you will need your pencil crayons, you will need a pencil, you will need a rubber, you will need your sketchbooks and a glass that is half filled with juice. Make sure the juice is coloured, it doesn't matter what colour. Make sure it's half filled and try and get a plain glass because you'll find that easier. Can you pause the recording now whilst you go and get the stuff that you need? Okay, Year 7, welcome back. The work that you've been doing so far, which is drawing or recording from first-hand experience, it's improving in that the objects that you're doing are becoming more complex, but some of you did drinks of water as part of your routine, and you made some basic mistakes really that stopped the work being as good as it could be, and that's by no means your fault. You haven't been taught the principles behind being able to draw. So I'm going to show you some tips on drawing things that are tube shaped that will help you for in the future. So you've got your glass. Your glass is straight, or my glass is straight, and then you've got a curve on the glass, and that curve is parallel all the way up. So I want to work out where my glass is going on the page, and I want it to be roughly there. How big do I do my glass? Have I got any measurements that I can go on? If you watch carefully, and we'll show you different ways of doing this, but art is all about measurement when it comes to drawing objects, okay? So I'm measuring across the glass, and it's about that width, and then keeping my finger in the same measurement, 1, 2, I can see that the width of the glass is, or the length of the glass, sorry, is twice the width of the glass. So there's the width, there's 1, and you can see that that is roughly on line with my liquid, and then there, twice. So if I've got this as my measurement, that's how wide I want my glass. I come down 1, 2, I draw a line there, and at this stage I think I don't really like the way it's centered in the on the page, so I'm just going to drop it down slightly just for the sake of the drawing. Okay, and remembering, you know, art is all about how it looks wherever you're working or whatever you're drawing. I've got 1, 1, 2, I'm roughly there. Okay, so my glass, the edge of the glass or the side of the glass is parallel. Okay, it's straight, it's a straight line up. So if you do yours so that it's like that, it's incorrect. Okay, it would fall off the page. You've got a parallel line here and you've got a parallel line here. So to find the length of the glass, you just draw down following the parallel line that's available for you on the edge of the page, remembering 1, 1, 2. So I'm just going to where the measurement lines are, and I'm drawing down, and there I have a rectangular shape, but actually it's not far off the shape of my glass. I'm sorry that you can't see it with the same angle as from the same angle as me. The camera won't allow it. Right, to make this into a glass shape, I draw my ellipse. To get the idea of where the ellipse is, you don't need to draw on the table, but if you just draw around it like that, if you just sort of draw or imagine you're drawing but close to the glass, your brain registers the sort of shape that you need to be doing. Now I said the ellipse was parallel the whole way up, so I'm going to give myself some parallel lines just to help guide me in the right direction until I reach the top of my glass. So you can see there, if I rub the registration lines out and the straight line across the top, I'm starting to look like I've got a glass there again, okay? Like it's a curved glass. You've got another little piece of maths here. This is a circle. So we're drawing half of the glass really. So this ellipse here is the front of the glass. The back of the glass, because it's symmetrical, is just a mirror image of what you've done at the front. So there you go, you can see I've got my glass done there. Now remember I said to do the liquid so that it's halfway down. So I'm finding my halfway point again, which is about there. You don't need to use a ruler, you can do a guesstimate, do it by eye, and then you're filling in the water there, or the liquid there. I've got a bottom of the glass, and the bottom of the glass is clear. So I'm going to leave it so that it's white for the time being. Right, once you've got to this stage, then you're starting to do the shading. I'm just picking up my red pencil and I'm looking at where I've got some darks and where I've got some lights. Don't press on hard, year 7, because it'll just go wrong for you. Work this up in layers. This piece of work should take you this lesson. I've changed colour there because my colour was slightly wrong. I'm looking to get some darks in there, and I'm looking to get a few light tones in there alongside mid colours. Okay, and I'm just building up slowly. You can't see my eyes, year 7, but I am looking at this glass constantly, and to be honest, that's why I'm struggling to speak a little bit. I can see the bottom of the glass there, and the bottom of the glass, it's not really obvious, but as I'm looking, it's becoming obvious. And again, I'm using the principles that I've been using throughout, and that is that what happens here, it's a mirror image to arrive at the back. And you can see, year 7, that it's becoming very obvious that this is a glass with some juice in. All right, once you get to the top, it's a little bit more difficult, and the glass part, but you really need to look carefully. You might want to use a bit of black and a bit of purple and maybe a bit of blue to start looking and drawing the glass. How are you going to get it so that it looks like the glass? And that is all about very subtle tones, very subtle changes. To help to develop the work. Sorry, I went quiet there because I was just concentrating quite a lot. Year 7, at this stage, you're really looking closely and carefully at how you're going to get different colours put into this glass so that it reflects the work that you're doing. This work will take you at least this lesson. Okay, I want you to keep going till you've finished it, and then I want you to upload the work onto ClassChart so that your teachers can have a look and respond to the work that you've done. It's quite a nice piece of work to get into. It's manageable, and I think that you'll start to feel really confident and good about your drawing once you've done this piece of work. Okay, so enjoy it, year 7, and speak to you soon. Okay, stay safe.